its last 8 games. Here we go, 2 of the league's best. Edmonton in the white, Boston in the black from TD Garden, and McDavid wins the opening faceoff.
You know, really brought their A games. They look at it as a test, East versus West.
Witherspoon, a shot from distance and a save made by Skinner. You mentioned it. Wrist shot coming, and that went off the mask of Stuart Skinner. That was a rocket from Morgan Geekie. Had 2 assists in Edmonton's win over Pittsburgh. Now Brown to the net, denied. Right on the doorstep, looking for his first goal of the year. Derek Ryan to CC pounds it on net. A save made by a sprawling Ullmark. And he's got to compartmentalize. Back home to Bouchard. Not just the players that have to deal with it. Here's McDavid spinning, loading, and firing, and that was blockered aside by last year's Vezina winner, Linus Ullmark. Draisaitl gave it back to McDavid. Slap shot by Ekholm deflected high in the air, lands high up on the plexi. Draisaitl scoots it out to Bouchard. Down low to McDavid, hard to the net. Puck checked, and Ullmark's got it.
Ullmark on that one, and this puck comes down quickly to him. And
Lauko building speed through the neutral zone. Pastrnak centering pass, and that was kneecapped by Lauko. Back to Pastrnak, and a quick release. DeBrusk will cut this one off, trying to tuck it inside. Now Coyle across to McAvoy, steps up. Beautiful one move, second move, fires, and a save made by Skinner. And now the Oilers, that could have been a 2-on-1, but Hyman was taken down. Brown was able to jam it back into the Boston zone, but that was a whisper away from developing into a 2-on-1 for the Oilers. 6 3/4 minutes to go. They'll generously give Grzelcyk center. Nurse reverses to Desharnais up the gut. Connor McDavid now a 3-on-2 for Edmonton. Drop past Draisaitl. Nurse a one-timer blocked, and a kick save made by Ullmark. Rebound McDavid knew Ullmark was late getting back.
Back and forth, and Edmonton's top line gets things going. Nice blast is deflected to the right pad of Ullmark, and he's got to kind of get back in quick. Saturday, Sunday situation in Seattle, in Edmonton, but for Boston, they've had the tougher schedule. They were in Long Island, in Toronto, and now back home. And sometimes that's tough coming back home, too, for that first game.
Ekholm's blast redirected. Now McDavid, a centering pass. Hyman had a chance, and waiting is Marchand. McAvoy gives it right back to him. Connor Brown with pressure. Up top, McAvoy. Here's a one-time pass over to Marchand, and then Skinner had recovered in time to blocker that one.
Because of pressure, here's the power play chance. Comes to Marchand, and he has to kind of corral this puck and bring it back as it was in his right skate. And as he does, that gives Skinner just a little bit of time to dig in and dive across with the blocker and make a huge save. That was definitely in the net. And you can see people all around Stuart Skinner. It was hard to find that.
Louis, Boston's going to be judged on what they do in the postseason after last year.
No question, absolutely. After that first-round loss, after a historical year, and that's just the nature of the beast, though. You do what you do in the regular season to try and get to the postseason. It's that success that typically defines you as an organization. Both of these teams know that very well.
Boston shattered the league record last year, 65-12-5 during the regular season, lost in 7 to Florida. Had a 3-1 series lead. Here's DeBrusk. That was slammed off the outside of the post by Charlie Coyle. Cross ice, Pastrnak shot blocked by the 6'7" Vinny Desharnais. Pastrnak across, wrist shot fired on net by Marchand, stopped by Skinner. Nurse unable to clear. Low Ryan, one of 11 Americans on the Boston roster. Turned over, McLeod. Up the gut, Fogle drop past McLeod to the net. A save made, Linus Ullmark. Big rebound. Draisaitl got it out to Bouchard, then receives a pass to McDavid in front. Draisaitl denied. Ullmark, a terrific save with his right shoulder.
Tight denied, and this is the one I was talking about. Just kind of, It's a redirection, but he elevates with the stick.
Well defended by Darnell Nurse. Shattenkirk, who had drifted down low, will move it, loading up. Here's a one-timer save. Skinner off a brilliant setup from Zacha to Pastrnak. There's Pastrnak, denied by Skinner. Still scoreless. James H. Brown, you got another hit of the game for us? Here's McAvoy.
Throwing another one.
Shoveling it across. Marchand, a wrister. And then found Skinner. He's able to make the save and then get a quick whistle.
And then the Bruins come up with this puck. The first redirection down, and then Jake has a couple whacks at it in front. And you can see that puck was still up for grabs.
Not out initially, second effort. And that frees it up for Coyle. Now Marchand, beautiful touch pass. DeBrusque shoots! And a save made. Stuart Skinner squeezed the 5-hole just in time.
As he gets this away, and just a nice pass by Marchand into an area, and he fights off a check and still gets that shot away. DeBrusque, and Skinner says, not today.
Thought he had his stick held. Carlo doesn't have his stick. McDavid knows it. Goes to the net. And a glove save made by Linus Ullmark.
Hyman's really dialed that in with a lot of goals that have been taken back over the years, and that quick little release by McDavid. There's been a lot of jabs. There's been some hooks, a couple body blows, and somebody needs to land a right hand.
Face-off won by Charlie Coyle against Connor McDavid, and we're underway here in the third. And the Oilers may have some numbers coming the other way. McDavid drop pass. Draisaitl shoots. Glove save. Ullmark. 2 goals last night to win over Toronto. Here's stymied. Shattenkirk unable to hold the zone. Witherspoon rolls over, sends it up the boards. Now Heinen, maybe a 2-on-1 with Zacha. Score! And just like that, the Bruins finally break through. It's 1-0 for Boston. Zacha's third in 2 nights, and his 15th of the year.
Both sides right here. This puck's up the ice in a hurry, and you can see 3 players are up a little too far in the neutral zone, and it gets by all 3 of them. Of the Oilers. As a result, it's a 2-on-1. You can see CC just tries to actively get up and pick off this pass, but it goes right through him to Heinen, and what a beautiful pass across by Heinen. I mean, he makes this.
And remember, Marchand's on that line with DeBrusque and Coyle, Louis. That's been so impactful. There's a turnover, a blast by DeBrusque, and a save made by Skinner. It's Kane and Hyman stacked in the slot. McDavid up top, Bouchard left point. Draisaitl won it cleanly back to Bouchard. Here's the finish. McDavid against Marchand for the tie. Tip, and a rebound score. Zach Hyman has tied this game. Took a swipe.
Corey Perry in the first period had a similar play where it jumped up. Face-off win, so critical. And then a great move here, McDavid, as he takes this puck and just walk around to the backhand side to get it right into the mix. And look at everybody slam on the brakes and stay around. It's Draisaitl redirects it up over top, and that's where it eventually goes.
Yeah,
up over top,
goal.
bounces in. I don't think Hyman touches it. And right there, it finds its way through, and they're going to maybe take a look at this, but I don't think so. They're dropping the puck, and it will be Draisaitl's goal. Deflection off the shoulder of Ullmark, goes up over top, and finds.
We don't want to leave with nothing to show for it. Oh, man, fell down! All right, Denmark centers, loose in the blue paint, somehow nudged wide, still loose, and then knocked away.
Saved the best for last. We figured the third period would be a little bit better. It was Zacha 1-0, and then Draisaitl ties it up late, 1-1, and here's the great chance. As Janmark brings this to the middle, Fogel kind of fell down as he went through. He kind of dragged the puck with him a little bit, and it goes through all of those bodies. I mean, Frederick takes out Ullmark. He's down and out, and somehow right there, it's actually Frederick that kind of moves that out of the blue paint.
Hammered up the right-hand side. Of course, it had to be going to overtime. It's Boston. Earlier this year, 6 straight games going to OT, and we're going to have overtime. I'm going to say Draisaitl from McDavid, and we'll sort it out post-game. Right now, we've got an overtime to worry about. And it's Draisaitl, McDavid matched up with Coyle and Marchand. Defensively, Bouchard for Edmonton. Back to Leon Draisaitl. 2 minutes into the overtime. Right around Frederick. Dishes off. Deflected McDavid to Bouchard. Then back to Connor McDavid. Edmonton seeking victory. McDavid around McAvoy. Dishes off. One-timer. Score! Leon Draisaitl! And Edmonton gets the equalizer late. And Draisaitl wins the game. 2-1 in overtime.
He can take that puck to the net himself, and you're going to see him do it here. As soon as you get up above the circles, he's like, yeah, I can get around you. I can take it to the net. And he draws 2 to him. And guess who's open? Leon Draisaitl with the one-timer. Bang, bang. It's in the back of the net. And what a shot by Draisaitl. He knew this shot was coming and beats Ullmark on the short side as the Oilers pull this one out.
What a finish. Edmonton needing a tremendous stop from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.